Welcome to this week's edition of Three Peas in a Pod podcast. And the day is very special because today marks our 1 year anniversary that we've been doing this and we've been on the stream. So happy anniversary, C Love. Happy anniversary, Mike Lowry. 1 year in this thing, man. 12 months strong.
Shit, that's what's up.
Wow, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
I should have got
Yeah,
on
that's
this
what's up.
time.
We
Talking
started
about
out with only
fans.
three. We started out with only three followers and didn't know what we were doing. And but look where we at now.
You know,
It's just an idea, not look.
gotta keep pushing.
Yeah. So we gonna jump right into it this week. So the first topic of conversation, I want to apologize, America. I helped up for this guy, and I
Oh,
said he
fine.
do stuff to gain attention, and I still think that
Hmm?
a little degree, but I also think like mental health is real, and I think something is not he a couple of beers short from a six pack up there, man. And my boy Kanye West, man, I want you to get well, yeah, man. I mean that from the bottom of my heart, man. It's not no stab at you or none of that, but when you start singing and rapping about performing fellatio on your male cousin, man, and like, bro, you should have kept that a secret, man. But it will make
What?
sense if that is true, where all the trauma come from, and why he acts the way he act, and why he had that girl walking over there naked and messing with them Kardashian chicks ain't help either. So, what go on in Hollywood, but. Yay, man, we praying for you, brother, and I don't know what else to say. You got me speechless on that one, man. What's your thoughts, Mike Lowry?
Wait, let me ask you a question. All right. So I'm out the loop on this one. So he said that happens when he was younger, or like
Yeah, he
recent.
said he said from age 6 to 14, like they used to look at nudie magazines and he would uh perform fellatio on him. He would do it to the male cousin. And now his male cousin is in jail for murder.
I don't know, bro, because Kanye West he didn't start acting like that until his mom died. So all the
Yeah.
years when he came out when he was rapping, he was cool. He didn't have that type of behavior,
So
but now
you
he
think
do. So
so you think he made that story up for attention?
I don't know, but it sounds like it because I'm like, if that happens when you was a younger age, then you should have had the same behavior that you have now in the past years. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Right.
You
I
should have the
got you.
same pattern. That's how I feel, but I don't know. I ain't gonna. I'm listening, but I don't judge.
So what's your thoughts, Miss C Love?
I think it's for attention too. I feel like same sex right now is kind of like a movement. I feel like talking about SA is also a movement right now. So I just feel like he wants to be a part of that movement because it's like, why didn't you talk about this before? You've had several interviews, being an artist and stuff like that, and it's like it's never come up till now. So it's like, did you
Hmm.
just remember that this happened years ago when you were younger?
Right.
So I
Right.
don't know. I find that hard to believe.
But
Definitely.
he's saying that he initiated the essay. That's what I'm saying. So that wouldn't make sense.
Right. Yeah, but I
No.
mean, still, why
Think so.
now?
Right. Mhm.
Yeah, like all the
All
years
of a
you've been
sudden,
rapping.
what, you like men,
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, make it make sense.
But the industry has been saying like he was suspect. Like if we gonna be truthful, they've been saying like not. I know Mike Lowry gonna get mad when I say this. Not that him wearing pink polos and all of that stuff. Been like suspect before men was wearing pink for breast cancer awareness. Cause I
Yeah.
know that's what Mike gonna say. You saw that look in his eyes just not when I
I'm
said
gonna say shit. I don't know fuck what they gotta
it.
say shit.
But yeah, and then the second thing he did that kind of threw me off a loop because I guess Boosie tweeted he needed help, and Kanye was like, "Boosie smells, he stink, and Boosie is poor." So I was like, what is like I don't know, man. My man on a downward spiral right now, and I was like, yo, I want Kanye to get help because y'all know I was a advocate for him for the past months and weeks and years. But after this week, I was like, man, I gotta eat humble pie, man. My man, he ain't all that, man.
Yeah, told you got it there. Yep, just like Charleston White. He next. You gotta see
I
that
don't agree
next.
with that one just yet.
Here we go. We'll give it some time. We'll give
Yeah,
it some
Right.
time,
I ain't
Mike.
agreeing with that one. I'm standing, man.
It'll
Mr. White
click.
is the king of social media right now, man. So I
Teachings.
he is, man. He is. And he rocking with the home team. You see he rocking with Terrence and Crypto and yeah, man, he rocking with the home team, man. I ain't got nothing bad to say about Mr. White. But since we are on the subject of SA, what do y'all think about that Shannon Sharp stuff with that girl, man?
What I call it? Man, look, Carol. Now he had an interview recently with Monique, right?
hmm
And she told him on the podcast to leave them young women alone and get a woman your age. Strike one.
Right?
Now, the strike one. He still didn't listen. I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with that. But here's the thing that I don't like. Now, men they need to look at this pattern. Okay, so men pay these women hush money. I
hmm
ain't paying you shit because you still gonna talk.
Uh-huh.
So I'm giving you all this money, and then you're gonna probably ask for more until I'm broke. And if I don't have the money, I'll say no, and then you're gonna come out to the public and tell. So shit, go ahead and tell shit, fuck it. But at the same time is why are you in these situations when you already know sometime or later, all the shit you're doing right now is gonna come to the light. What they say, what's on in the dark comes to
Comes
the
to the
light.
light.
Yeah, so
But you
I'm like,
gotta
come on now.
he's a millionaire and what he was about to sign $100 million contract.
Yeah,
So he's gonna and I'm not helping up for Shannon, but he like what he like. So if he like women of lighter complexion, that's gonna come with him spending his money. I heard him say something that I didn't agree with, and it was like kind of arrogant too.
what do you say?
Well, when you was talking about the age, when Monique told him date people in his age,
Yeah,
and he said, "Why do I have to date my age? How about I date my wage?" Saying like his money speaks volume of the caliber of woman that he want. He want a woman that makes just as much money as him, or he get the splurge with the money that he do have.
I get that. Now, was she on? Now I don't know if it's true, but I could have sworn I seen like some clips to where like she was like an OnlyFans person, OnlyFans.
Yeah, she was.
And
They pull that up too. They showed her OnlyFans and she had the body done. Typical. I
yeah,
don't want to stereotype all Caucasian women, but the the workout type, the butt shots, the lip injections, like all of that stuff.
right. Now, at the time before all this leaked out, how old was she? Because now she's like 19.
No, she was 19 or 20 then.
Oh,
Yeah,
gotcha. She's
yeah,
still young.
yeah,
She's
yeah.
just now, you know, in
Right,
college. You know what I'm saying?
fresh.
So
Yeah,
yeah, he tripping. Yeah, he tripping on that one. Yeah, you know what they say? Do stupid shit, you win stupid prizes.
right. And he was
So
50, pushing 50 at least.
exactly. Come on, man. They can be your daughter, or they can be your daughter, or your granddaughter. You know what I'm saying? At that
Right?
age.
Yeah.
So, but some men they don't have that mindset to think about that. Like, okay, man, you can be my daughter. You know, I don't know. But look, that's just like any other artist. Like, if you mess with somebody, they gonna sue you because you got money. You know what I'm saying? So that's already a risk.
So did you hear the tape? So this is why I wanted to talk about that. So I'm not here to say if he essayed or art or any of that stuff because I wasn't there and I don't know. But I heard the tape and the tape they was having sexual dialogue and he
Mm,
was saying when I see you I'ma choke you and all of this stuff. So it's two. It's one where they arguing back and forth, and she said, "I don't like to be choked," and he like, "Yes, I do. Yes, you do," and all of this stuff. And there's another one where she's saying, "I want your big black C, and I want you to put a black baby in me." So it seems like they having this dialogue on
They
some
sound like she's
sub,
trying to get paid.
right? But
It's
it's
a
like they
setup, yeah.
talking on some sub
What?
dom type stuff. So that's why I think like he was set up. You know what I mean?
He was.
Yeah,
The way she was talking because on the clip she calm as hell and then he just talking. I'm like, no, she recording that shit,
yeah,
but he don't
right.
know because you too calm. So
Yeah,
it was already from the get go. I'm like,
and I'm
this is
like,
type of
Yeah, I
I
person.
say,
think
who's
men need
this?
that. Men should definitely pay attention to like a woman's tone,
Mhm.
because it definitely changes up when
But
you're
I'm
Yeah,
saying
just
something.
understanding
and
though.
her saying she want a black baby, and like you, if it felt to me like they were role playing. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? Yeah. So, and
yep.
I ain't gonna tell you how I know. Stay on my business. But it felt like, like they, it felt like they were role playing, and I'm like, if that's the case, then man, like you was set up, but you got to be smarter than that, man.
Right. Yep. And you know who I thought about when I heard that when I heard about this incident?
Cat
Jonathan
Williams. Oh,
Jonathan Majors.
I
The
thought you
same
were
way.
saying Cat. Yeah, but Cat Williams wanted him just like Monique. Like, look, you taking all that money that come with a risk, and they gonna humble you. So you walking around here like you arrogant. Is they gotta get you, man.
Yep. And then look, I got to share something else later on, but look, it's another topic. But like,
Mhm.
look, not to be stereotyping or racist, but anything like that. But white women are known from that shit. They're known for exposing people, men's, period. You know what I'm saying? Like, look,
And y'all
this is
still
this.
fuck with them though.
I don't. But look, this is a real story. I'm gonna show y'all this article after. I'm gonna show y'all this article, and I'm also show the viewers this article. Okay. So there was this woman. She was in Walmart shopping with her two young children. Okay. And there was this man. I think he's like Indian. I don't know. I don't know his type. He was Indian, whatever. Palestinian. I don't know his type. But he came and he asked her, hey, what Al is the Tylenol on? I'm sorry, what Al is the Tylenol on, whatever.
Mhm.
And she claimed that he snatched her 2-year-old son to where they was playing tug of war. Okay, and then he fled the scene. So she called the police, and then they took him to jail for kidnapping. Right. So he been in jail for a month, and they just now looking at the surveillance camera in Walmart. So it turns out the man he did ask her what Al was Tylenol's on, and then she pointed to him, and then he walked out, mind his business, checked out, and left the store. No one in the video it shows him snatching that child. So he was in jail for 2 months. I'm sorry, he was
Wow.
in jail for 1 month. Now think about it. Think about it. That can ruin his freedom, job opportunities, and his reputation. You know what I'm saying? So they are
He
known from
probably
that.
lost his job if he's working.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So even though Shannon Sharp stuff, you got proof, but stuff like that, they do happen in real life. That's why I'm saying like why I keep messing with that con because they do that. Just like with Emmett Till. You get what I'm saying?
I'm not stereotyping all groups of people. I hear you, but again, I'm not about to stereotype
And
all
say all of them, they
groups
all do
of
that.
people based on the actions of
Hey,
a
I
few. I hear what
understand.
you're saying, but you got to think Emmett Till era, and I know what you're gonna say because I hear this a lot from other people that the dynamics haven't changed. So Emmett Till era wasn't right at all, but he lived during a racist time.
Right. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah,
Right. Right. Yes, I understand that. But look, I'm not only saying it happens to white women because black women do it too. It's women, period. But nowadays we have technology to where you have proof. Now, back in
right.
the day, they didn't have proof, but they still go to jail from shit like that, and they've been in jail for I don't know how many years or whatever, and they're innocent. You know what I'm saying? Because nowadays, I feel like the courts they don't do all this innocent until proven guilty. They don't look for any type of proof. They just lock your ass up because you're a man. You get what I'm saying? So
I hear you.
they men need to watch out for that shit, especially what they do, like what he doing, because hey,
But
that's the
he's a
risk.
he's a sports player with
Don't
millions of
don't
dollars, and
don't matter.
no, it mad. I'm saying what comes with that territory. So what
Right.
Yeah.
comes with that gonna be tons of fans and women of all races, white, black, Hispanic, Asian, whomever. But if he's happened to be into the women of the lighter and fairer skin, like that's his thing, but he just gotta understand what comes with that territory. Like you 50 plus. So even if you wasn't rich, you gotta think of that. Like you 50 plus. So why are you messing with somebody 19, 20,
But
21, 22?
but
Not
isn't
even
Exactly.
that old? Because wasn't he just like caught sleeping with some older woman?
right. Yeah,
Michelle.
live. The live one. That's who you
Right.
should
Michelle.
have been messing with. But now you got a different you're in a different tax bracket because you talking like I said, that contract was about to be 100 mil.
Hmm.
So now it's like I I want something young. I want a young tender. I want to feel like I'm back in my NFL days, whatever the case. You know what I mean? But that come with a price. Like I said, from the sound of it, it I wasn't there, so I'm not here to say whether he did it or not. But it sounds
Right.
like they were playing a game, and she just was recording them. And then when that 100 mil came, it was like you got to break me off, or I'm about to tell the world.
Hmm. Yep.
But if
They
you're
learned their
ashamed to do
lesson.
something in the dark, this is what I always say. What you said will come what's in the dark gonna eventually come to the light. But I
Yeah.
always say if you ashamed of what you doing in the dark, then you shouldn't be doing it anyway. Because if it come to the light, then you shouldn't be embarrassed. You gotta say, this is me. This is what I'm into. I'm not perfect, but this is what's up. So that was my issue when they were trying to put a jacket on me that say I had a problem with the rainbow people. Because I didn't. Like no sin is different than the other, so I'm not gonna pinpoint the rainbow people. My
Hmm.
problem was if you're like that and you pretend not to be like that, but you are like that, that's the problem. So embrace who you are. Say, hey, this is me. I need to work on whatever the case, and then it's like okay. But if you can't embrace that, then you secretly feel like something is wrong with that. Nobody else. That's you because that's something internally that you're fighting. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep. That's all on them though. Like I said, I'm listening, but I don't judge.
And you had another subject since we on the topic of race, right?
Well, it wasn't about race. It was more like the black community. Since you mentioned Kanye West and this incident,
Hmm.
so I had another one. So mine was I like to watch movies a lot, and I like to watch action movies or like gang related, drugs related, stuff like that, right?
Hmm.
And I was looking at this clip on this movie, and I forgot the name of the movie. It's with the guy who played Biggie Smalls. So pretty much on the movie, somebody came in like one of the gang rivals, and it was like, "Hey man, we need to end peace. We got too many bloodshells. We don't need no more lives taken. Stuff like that." And I just be like, do the black community like realize, I understand y'all wanna like, end the beef that you have like with people around the block or within the same hood, you know what I'm saying? So y'all can, make more money. But at the same time, I'm like, do y'all know y'all still be killing lives but by y'all selling drugs to other people and they die, overdose and shit like that? Yeah. I just want to know like what y'all thoughts on that, like those type of situations
Hold on,
in the
before I
community.
answer that, the homie just texted me. He got a question for you, C Love. Going back to the Shannon Sharp thing. So he
Hmm.
said to ask you from a woman's standpoint, how do you feel? Because he feels that men in general, not just black men, but men in general feel like women of ethnicity, black and Latino women, are flip at the mouth. So they're always arguing and fussing. So if a man has money, whether of Shannon Sharp statue or he a dope dealer, a rapper, whatever the case, he got money to blow. He's gonna go deal with somebody that's not gonna give him any lip, and if he paying just for sex or whatever the case, it's easier to deal with that versus dealing with somebody who's smart at the mouth. So he want to know what you think about that from a female standpoint.
But now he's potentially facing a lawsuit, right? And I think we don't do lawsuits and stuff like that. So I rather deal with the mouth. And you know what I mean? At least I'm not gonna get sued, but I don't know. I think to each their own. But yeah, we don't do all that. I mean, very like seldomly do you see a Latina trying to sue an athlete, or a black woman trying to sue an athlete. That it does usually come from white women. Like you had the Ezekiel Elliott thing going on and stuff like that, and it's just like I feel like race does have to do with it a little bit, because it does come a lot from a certain race.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, and I
Yeah.
think most of those dudes are rainbow anyway, so I think they create an illusion for trouble to happen for later to
Mhm.
say this is why they don't talk to women. That's my opinion on that. But to answer your question, Mike, um, if they were to come together, so you saying that you don't think we could come together as a community?
No, that's what I, no, no, that's not what I'm saying. No, so what I'm saying is, like how, people in the game, and they try to end beef and say, hey man, we ended too many lives, let's
Right,
end
right.
this. But at the same time, I'm like, are they thinking that you sit in the lives by selling drugs to somebody, cocaine and all this stuff, you know what I'm saying? Then they are here overdosing, off of the drugs that you selling them, you know what I'm saying? Or
But I
your little,
think,
little
but that
workers.
stems from like poverty, so
Yeah,
they feel
you're right.
like, especially if you own any type of drug, you gonna get it anyway. So if this person not making a sale, then you go and get it from
Somewhere
somewhere
else.
else. So
Yeah, you got a
it's
point.
more of a money thing, and they trying to come out of poverty. So they not thinking
Mhm.
me giving you this drug is the same as me putting a gun to your head. You know?
Yeah, you got a point.
It's
Yeah, I
like at
watched
that
that.
point they're kind of killing themselves by using
Hmm.
and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Right.
Yep, you got a point. I was watching that. I'm like, don't y'all think? Well, probably because I don't. I'm no longer in that environment no more as a
Hmm.
kid, But yeah, I was like, damn, don't y'all think y'all still killing
Hell
motherfuckers?
no, they trying to get. They trying to pay their bills just like you. They're not thinking, man, is this hit right here gonna kill this person? Hell
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
no.
got a point. Cause I'm
No,
like, yeah,
sir.
yeah, yeah. You're
Boy
right.
trying to make rent. He trying to make rent for the month.
Right. He's trying
Prices
to shut the
still
baby
going
mama up.
up.
Here's these new
Yeah,
shoes, rent due.
No, just talking about that mouth. That man ain't trying to hear that mouth.
All right.
Cause
And that's what I'm saying. Just make sure the bills are paid. You
yeah,
right.
ain't get no mouth.
they gon'
Hmm.
You'll get a
they
different
gonna
type of
test
mouth.
they gonna test every last nerve. And you supposed to be a man and yada yada.
That shit funny.
Yeah, it's crazy.
All right, I got one last thing I want to bring up, and this hurts me to my heart too, man. It hurts me. It hurts me because I'm
What
still
happened?
pro Trump. Candace Owens, man, how she jumped ship like that?
What she do?
So you see what's going on with Trump and Harvard, right?
Yeah. You. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
she said she feels that Trump is trying to stop their freedom of speech and that it wouldn't stop there. And she said it hurt her because she
Oh
voted for
yeah,
Trump, but she
yeah.
think like he just need to stop while he ahead right now.
Right, and she's right because freedom of speech. You can't take that away from people. So she's right. You're right. I did see that. But you know what else
Mhm.
funny? You know what else funny about this? So like I be on Twitter a lot because on Twitter I watch all those clips about that and I just look at the comments and those white folks mad at her. I was like, dang, she switched sides. I'm like, well, she's telling the truth. Like you just can't take away freedom of speech no matter who you root for. They're just like saying family members. I love you to death. But if you're wrong, I'm gonna tell your ass you're wrong. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. So
Yeah.
I mean, she got a point there. So I don't see nothing wrong with that. They can be mad all they want to, but shit, Hey,
Well, I feel like them people. She jumped ship, man. She
there you go.
she switched sides, man.
I'm gonna
Nah.
say, I'm gonna say y'all. I'm gonna say y'all this clip too because I love Twitter.
And but
Okay.
wait, but that's the problem now. So many people think like this man can't do no wrong.
Yes,
That's what
exactly,
has y'all looking crazy.
exactly,
First of all, this
exactly,
is the
Ain't
Mr.
no first of
President.
all. No first of
exactly,
all.
exactly. I'm
First
glad
of
you
all,
said
this
that.
man is the president of the United States.
and
Yes.
and
And Mr. President is doing an awesome job, by the way.
No,
Mm-mm,
he's not. No.
at
I'm gonna
all.
see how this. I'm gonna see how this clip because this clip it explains it. So it was this teenager. It was this white boy. He a teenager, whatever, and he got like a podcast. And he said exactly what me and you saying. He said, you got all these Trump fans who can't tell you one thing why they support Trump or what he's doing or a reason. Because anytime you mention his name, they cuss you out or have some type of attitude and all that shit. And I'm like, exactly. So I'm going to comments, you got his own kind cussing him out. I'm like, come on, bro. He telling the truth. Like, you can't get mad at him telling the truth.
Right.
Just like him saying, Mr. President. No, no,
It's
bro. No,
Mr.
bro.
President.
No.
This man is making America great again, and I
It
live
really
in
not.
America.
These groceries is high.
Man, yes.
Gas is still high.
he trying to get you another stimulus check,
No.
as well as
No.
do away with the tax return. You got to look at all of that, man.
You finna put us in
But
a hole.
yes, another damn recession.
That's
It's
all that
probably be
means.
worse.
That's all that means. But we'll
I'm not
see.
ready. I'm not ready to see that because, like you said, groceries already high, eggs high, and then here you go trying to threat countries and shit, raising up
Hmm.
prices. I'm like, man, come on.
Yeah.
So you guys been following the Carmelo Anthony story too, right?
Hmm.
All
I've
right.
been
So
trying. I've been trying not to because I've been trying not to because like you said last year, bro. Last year you said this. You said this every time. You said the news, what they do is they have like a little race bait and they try
right,
to divide us. So
correct.
all I've seen on the news, Fox 4 News, is they've been like posting articles about black people, like what they've been doing, like shooting or killing and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Okay.
And then all I see in the comments is these white people saying, "Oh, I guess that was self defense. Oh, you got a GoFundMe account yet?" I'm like, bro, like, why y'all still bringing up this Carmelo Anthony stuff? Like, this two different stuff. Y'all still mad about it? And then I'm like, the news, y'all keep posting the same article every hour to make folks mad. I'm like, so I ain't really been watching it. It's just been draining to look at all that stuff.
Yeah, it's definitely designed to cause a division, but CNN like been doing that.
Right.
Yeah, I don't like that. That's like it's draining. I don't see how people can deal with that. But yeah, I haven't
I
really
do.
been
I've
looking
been
at
keeping
it.
up just because I wanted to, wanted to see if he was gonna get out and go home
And
Yeah, he
he
got
did,
out.
and you saw that the judge been getting the death threats and all of that too.
by the white
Yeah.
folks.
Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But
But
that
look.
just shows you that to me, it just shows you that it's a bully situation. And they're just mad because now they're not getting the outcome that they expected, right? Like here they thought he was going to go to jail and his whole life was going to be thrown away, which we don't know what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
But they want him to get out. And so now that he's gotten out, now they're kind of like, well, damn. Um, I think his dad showing up to the press conference kind of gives you an idea of how those kids are being raised. I feel like it's definitely some entitlement going on there. And that just kind of tells me everything I needed to know. It kind of like solidified everything that I thought about the situation. So I'm just kind of curious to see like how everything goes. But I mean, I hope he doesn't get convicted. I hope they win this case.
Me too. But what I also heard was he didn't have a knife. He had because like in April, in the month of April, it showers, all the
right.
rain. So he had like cleats, a cleat cleaner. That's what he had in his hand. It wasn't a knife because your shoes
Okay.
get dirty when
Right.
when you're in the rain. So he had that. But yeah, I've been hearing that, they've been getting the judge been getting threats. Also, Camilla, their family, they had to move to a unknown location because people been like
Threatening
sending,
them. Yeah, people
yeah,
from Frisco.
right. So I'm like, okay, like that's a sign right there, like he's been bullied, you know what I'm saying? But look,
Yeah, for sure.
at the same time, a couple minutes ago, like 30 minutes ago, I didn't read the article, but I seen that the dude who killed the CEO of the insurance,
Hmm.
he was not guilty.
What?
Yeah, I got to read the article. Don't quote me, but it was showing that he was not guilty. And I'm like, wait a damn minute,
Oh.
you got it on video that he's shooting somebody. You know what I'm saying? So at the
And he
same
still got
time,
it not guilty. Ooh, wee.
exactly.
Color
And at the,
matters, I tell
You
you.
just gotta make sure that that's legit news and not fake news. That's all I'm saying.
right, I understand. But if he's not guilty, this is what I'm saying because this is what black folks be trying to tell white folks because you see all these white folks, they do things and they go to jail and they go to court and then they're not guilty when there's proof. You know what I'm saying? So let's say even if there was proof that he did it for that he really did it. I'm sorry. Let's say that it was planted, right?
Hmm.
And he was not guilty. Like I understand you mad, but at the same time, this happens to a lot to black people. Y'all just throw it in our face, but now it happens. It's happening to you, and now you just angry. You know what I'm saying? So for over decades, we've been trying to express the same exact situation. You know what I'm saying? That they just been like, oh, shit like that. But yeah, that's how I feel about it. But I ain't really been watching it. Just been stressful, a headache, draining, seeing all these comments, people mad, threatening other
So my
people.
son, we were just talking about we're in the car and shit, I think we were passing by Frisco. And so I was like, hey, do you know about the kid? And he obviously he didn't know. He's like, no. So I just wanted to kind of get his I like to pick my son's brain and just kind of,
Hmm.
hey, what would you do if you were in this situation type of thing? Because he's about to go to high school. I just got the letter. He's about to go to pre med school. He's in this nursing academy. I'm just so proud of him. So anyway, so I was just telling him, when you're in high school, those are like that's like the highlight of your
Uh-oh.
Phone must be ringing.
You know it.
Yeah.
I would put mine on D&D. Like, you ain't to call me right now. Let's see if she jump back in.
I know, cause we gotta wrap up soon.
It's
calling.
probably been
Yeah,
a
that was my son
telemarketer.
calling me. But yeah, but I was, just explaining to him like the importance of high school and stuff like that, and how that kind of is going to lead him to go into medical school like he wants to. So we were talking
Hmm.
about that, and I was just like, "What would you do if you were in that situation?" And so yeah, he just kind of confirmed. He was just like, "Well, why would he just stab him?" And he had those questions and stuff like that. And I was like, "You know what?" I was like, "I don't think, I think the kid's been picked on, but
Yeah, I
yeah."
don't know. No, I don't know the whole story because I've been seeing that they don't go to the same school, so I don't even know how they know each other. So
Well, it was a track meet. So he
right.
runs track, and apparently the track meet was at their school. Because I kind of
Oh,
I toured the school that my son, and this is why we were just talking about this weekend because he got accepted into the school, and so I was like, man, well, let me see what that drive is gonna look like in the morning and stuff like that. And it's a bit of a drive, and I'm just kind of like, boy, the sacrifice that your mom is gonna have to do. And they have like a separate track field. They have a separate football field. They have like this theater. But apparently the boys play football. So I think their field, it was a track field with a football field. And I think those boys were there, I don't know, maybe after I don't know. But maybe after school practice or whatever. But he was there because he was at a track meet at their
right.
school.
Hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah, and then also I've seen that to where he's a hero. Like years ago, he saved somebody from drowning.
Oh wow.
Camilo, yeah, yeah, it was some years ago.
Yeah,
So
and
I'm
then even
like,
my son was like, he started reading into him, and he was like, "Mom, he was like doing all this stuff, and he had a 4.0 GPA, and he had a college offer." And I'm just like, "That's what I'm saying." I'm like, "Look," I was like, Jay, would you, like you wouldn't do something like that unless you're really like scared for your life or something like that." And then he was just like, yeah, no, like it had to be like something because he had like so much going for himself and stuff like that. But
exactly. But you see how these people are making them seem like I put like false information, making it seem like, oh, they family poor. He got the GoFundMe account, getting them a new house, an Escalade. I'm like, they in Frisco. Like, did you see the family picture before all this happened? Like, like how they're, you know, the picture, their picture speaks volume. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, y'all just putting out fake information. That's why I ain't really getting
right,
in it because I'm like, I really just wait for the the officials to just tell me what happens from A to Z. For us to
right,
know what's going
yeah.
on. Yeah.
Hmm.
Well,
What about you,
thank
bro?
y'all.
Uh,
Oh, I was about to end it. I feel like I said from reading the situation, I think he was picked on and defending himself, but I
mm,
also know beyond that that the news still gonna make it a race situation, which is
yeah.
what they want, and what they got going on now. But
Mm,
the people talking always show division. I'm like, even if it was flip flop, you'll still be having the same convo. If it was Carmelo who got killed, and
mm,
then the other guy just happened to be black and Carmelo was white, or whatever the case, then you would still have the same animosity. But the reason I don't trip on this stuff because of me, I always say they always telling me it's the white man I should fear, but it's my own kind doing all the killing here, the stuff that
yeah.
I see. So like, I don't have a problem. I'm not saying that racism don't exist, because obviously subliminally in places, and you still got people that were born in those eras, the older generation, was going to eventually die out. Some of them are still here, but I'm saying like most of the problems that I
Like
see,
Trump, no.
right, is like inner cities, man. Like for real, like that's where my issues at. But I don't have no issues with like race or any of that stuff, man.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I got one last thing and I'm done. So like they had like a little protest, a white American protest is what they called it,
Hmm.
and they had his dad on speaker. I mean his dad. I mean Austin, the kid that died. His dad
Right.
on speaker, and they was trying to protest, white America, some shit they was saying, and his dad just went up on them because his dad told them, "You are the fucking problem because you are the ones that is trying to divide us. Like
Yeah.
let it go."
His
And
daddy understand. He lost the
yeah,
child. He don't see like race. He see my boy not here. But y'all trying to make it out to a circus. That's what I
exactly.
mean. Yeah.
Yes. So his dad said that, and I'm like, they not clicking that shit because they all into racism, but his dad on a different type of behavior. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, whew, I hate that topic. It's
Yeah,
annoying.
it's so unfortunate.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all for me, bro. I don't have nothing else.
All right. Until next week, y'all. Like I said, it's been a year. It's been a year.
It's our
So
anniversary.
so hopefully, man, by God's graces, next year we'll still be here next year. But we will definitely catch y'all next week with the hot topics at hand, and maybe not a few surprises, but thank y'all for sticking with us for the year. We appreciate all the likes, all the comments, the subscribers, man. Thank y'all. Without y'all, none of this stuff could be possible. And we would like for y'all to engage more so we know what you guys want to see, man. So we understand is the internet. Speak your mind. Nobody take nothing personal. We all here. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Peace out.